Dobre rano, moi canale. Good morning, my channel. It's a gorgeous, beautiful weekend morning here in Penmar Park, Venice Beach, California. And today we're going to take a little bike ride over to the Venice adjoining neighborhood of Del Rey. Looks like the residents of Del Rey are going to be having a day of action. They're going to be having a neighborhood protest. They are protesting the huge encampments that they have in that neighborhood. They have a lot of RV and tent encampments, and the residents are tired of it. These encampments I've video documented before. Nothing is happening. Nobody in the city is doing anything. And quite frankly, not only are the neighbors frustrated, they're actually kind of worried because there's a huge encampment that runs along the 90 freeway, very close to the Ballona Creek, that has a petroleum line. There's some petroleum pipelines that run along there. And as we know, the people in the encampments like to start fires, warming fires and cooking fires, and this could be a recipe for disaster. Kind of reminds me of one of my favorite movies from the 80s. Do you remember What's Eating Gilbert Grape with Johnny Depp and Leonardo DiCaprio? Match in the gas tank, boom, boom. Yeah, we definitely don't want to have one of those incidents. We're just sort of recovering for the last two major problems we had in Los Angeles. We had two massive fires, the Palisades fire and the Eaton fire. And we certainly don't need another disaster to happen. So, yep, the residents out there are going to be having a street protest, hopefully to gain the attention of all our local politicians to do something about these problems. Anyhow, come join me for the ride over to Del Rey, and let's see what happens over here with today's day of action. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Very good. Hey, how are you?
Morning.
Morning. All right, it's 11:33 a.m. 63 degrees Fahrenheit, 17 degrees Celsius here at the Marina Del Rey Middle School. I'm about halfway over to where the protest is going to happen here, so just got to head over to the Ballona Creek bike path and head over to Englewood Boulevard. So far so good. About 4 miles into the ride. Off we go. Remember, if you're enjoying the content of the Danny Slant channel, make sure to press that subscribe button, hit the bell notifications, leave a like, leave a comment. It all helps with the YouTube algorithm and allows me to continue bringing you the absolutely fantabulous content of Danny Slant. Okay, we made it to the Ballona Creek bike path. Here's the entrance to our bike path system here, Ballona Creek. And now I'm gonna head east up to Englewood Boulevard over to the community protest. So this poor seal, he swam up the Ballona Creek. Now he's really tired. We've been having a big problem in the bay here with all the algae that our sea life has been eating. Also, it's got polluted quite heavily from the fires. I think that's definitely contributing. We're having quite a bit of aquatic problems here. I hope he's okay. I don't want to disturb him. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy, you're just okay? Flap your flippers if you're okay, buddy. I almost kind of feel like he was sleeping there and then the water went down and the tide went away. He doesn't need water. He can be okay on the ground. He can be okay in the land. Okay. What's his name? What's his name? We got to give him a name. What are we gonna call him? Cecil. He's Cecil the seal. Cecil, I want you to go back in the water. I'm going to come back in about 2 or 3 hours after I'm done over here on my bike ride filming the event. I want you to be back in the water, okay? Flip your flipper if you agree. Do you agree, Cecil? Oh, he moved his flipper. He said he's okay. So we're going to check up on him in a couple hours. Hopefully he'll be okay. Okay. Ciao, ciao, Cecil. Bye-bye. So here we're entering the community of Delray here. I'm on Inglewood Boulevard, and we're going underneath the underpass here of the California 90 freeway. And all along here in the grass, alongside both sides of the freeway and in the underpass, is where the encampment is. So these RVs and these tent campers have been here for months, going on years now. And the residents are just fed up, and they're worried because there is a natural gas pipeline here. And this is it. Here's the sign here along the Ballona Creek. Right here is a gas pipeline, high pressure gas pipeline, so they don't want any problems. I do see we have LAPD out here, so they're going to have a police presence here for the protest, which is a good sign, in case any of the homeless people get upset or agitated with the people in the neighborhood having the protest. Hi, I'm Danny Slant, and who are you?
Good afternoon, I'm Ron. How you doing today?
Hey Ron, is it okay if I put you on my YouTube channel?
Sure, why not?
Okay, why are you out here today?
Well, I'm a concerned citizen. I live in the area. I've had the same house for 32 years. And there's a great concern right here is a high pressure petroleum pipeline. And as you can see over here, they broke into the fence and they set up camps all along this 90 freeway corridor hillside. And in doing so, they've dug, and I'm very concerned that their digging might hit one of these high petroleum pipelines.
As we know right here, so as we can already see right here, we got this. They're camping under the underpass or the 90 freeway, all along the side here. So, and now as we walk down the creek, here's your high pressure gas line right here. And then we've got right here in the creek, you see mattresses and belongings. So they're in the creek, they're alongside the freeway, they're alongside the pipeline. It's my understanding that, you know, these guys, when they get cold at night, they start cooking fires and warming fires. And we've had enough problems with fires in Los Angeles here over this year. We don't need any more. Let's go check it out. Go lead the way, Ron.
Well, as you can see, they can't keep the area secure, so they keep coming back, and they'll patch the fence. You can see the patchwork here, and the vagrants will simply cut into the area and open it back up. And here's a classic example. They just patched this recently. Caltrans can't keep up with it. There's Encampment right in there, and there's where a massive fire was previously.
Where those two scorched trees are.
3 years ago, there was a massive fire right here back in July.
Right along the freeway, yeah.
And it gets deeper inside there because they're tunneled inside the brush, and you can't see the encampments.
Okay.
And it runs from Mesmer Avenue east of here, and the corridor runs all the way to the end of the 90 freeway over by Home Depot.
Right, so you're talking several miles
exactly
of encampments, which probably makes this probably the biggest encampment here in Council District 11.
Yes, well, the problem with the, Council 11 does the best they can do, but it's multi-jurisdictions.
Okay.
You've got 3 jurisdictions. You got the state, the county, the city.
Right here you see the sign.
Yeah, there's the state, and over here will be a county sign you can see on the way out. As you can see,
unfortunately, when they play these jurisdictional games, you know, because on the street that's the city, then over here is the county, and over here is the state, then it just seems they ignore the problem. That doesn't help you, the resident, who has to worry about the risk and the danger and the crime and the filth and the rodents, etc., that these encampments bring.
Yeah. Well, right up here we have the RVs, and recently, see where that box is?
You want to walk up to the scorched trees?
Sure.
Yeah. So this is what I was talking about: warming fire, cooking fire, or just they set a fire, but you can just see this. Look at this. Look at the size of this tree that was here and the size of this fire. I mean, this was a massive roaring fire which closed the 90 freeway. They had to shut down the 90 freeway. That's how big this fire was. So yeah, this is what we don't want, considering that right here, just steps away, is the underground pipeline for the petroleum company. All right, we can let ourselves out right here. I thought we'd have to walk back, but it's not like It's not like they don't have massive openings here. This fence is not secured. I mean, well, look at this. Look at this filth. All right. So they're tucked in, burrowed in here underneath all this brush. Okay, so yeah, that's what we're dealing with here. So let's get back out. We're gonna walk back down here. You can see they dig out here, right here. I mean, they've squared out like a foundation, and they'll build structures in here and shanties and everything else. So, and I get it. You say they're homeless, but you know, are we going to allow them to just camp out in public and cause danger to the community, or you know, and allow them to continue with their mental illness and their addictions? Or should we actually spend the billions that we've already spent by putting them into treatment centers? I would agree with the latter. Okay, let's head back out to Inglewood Boulevard. We got more people coming out here for the day of action here, the protest. Okay, I'm Danny Slant, and who are you?
I'm Mary Kane.
Hi, Mary.
And Jim Kane.
Hi, Mary and Jim. Do I have your permission to put you on my YouTube channel?
Yes, you do.
Okay, great. And why are you out here today at the neighborhood protest here?
Well, we are original homeowners in this neighborhood. We've lived here over 50 years. And it's just gotten out of hand. The proliferation of homeless and the damage that is done and the debris that is left behind and the fear that we have of being victims of crime. So we want something to be done about it aggressively by the police and by our administration.
Okay, great. Jim?
Oh, she speaks well for me.
Very good. And I agree with that, because as I mentioned earlier before we started the camera, I lived in the neighborhood that had one of the largest homeless encampments in Los Angeles, and it was the biggest encampment that was within less than 50 feet from residents. So, and we had there, and we had over 187 calls for service in a 6-month period for fires, daily crime was just repetitive. And you know, we asked, we begged, we pleaded, and it was just an absolutely living nightmare. And these encampments get out of control. I was just up there earlier. You can see the 2 scorched trees right behind there. What I don't want is, now since we know, and I just learned this today, that there's a petroleum line that runs alongside the freeway there.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So if that fire gets out of control, you're going to have a catastrophic event that would devastate this neighborhood.
Yeah.
Just tell them, everyone come down this way.
Okay. Thank you very much for being on my channel and checking it out.
Thank you for what you're doing. It's important work. Thank you.
Appreciate that. So we do have LA presence here today.
Are you allowed to Honestly, walk? I don't know what the rules are over here as far as...
So we do have quite a few people here, residents of the neighborhood. They are in fact flying the American flags. We've got some signs out here. Enforce the laws. Please clean up Del Rey. Citizens have rights. No camps, no fires, no drugs, no RVs. Gavin Newsom is the Joker. I agree with that. No camps, no fires, no drugs, no RVs. Common sense. Common sense.
The laws or make us tax exempt as well.
Exactly. Clean our streets. Where's Karen Bass and Lashley? Where's the money? Millions of dollars for 18 years unaccounted for. Judge David O. Carter finally said, when can we get an audit? When can we have an audit of all the billions spent? And what have they accomplished? Nothing, including building permanent supportive housing, which remains 60% unoccupied right now. Exactly. Where has all that money gone? Billions of dollars, and yet the problem actually is exacerbated. It's worse. I have a YouTube channel where I talk about the homeless issues. I live in Penn.
I've seen you when you're walking along in Venice and all that, right?
Correct. That's me. Do you want to say anything on YouTube?
No.
How about yourself? Nothing on YouTube? No. Okay, I appreciate that. Hi, I'm Danny Slant.
Hey, Danny. You're from the neighborhood, or?
I'm from Penmar Park, and I document the homeless because we had to live across the street.
I know your situation. So.
Yeah. So, and I'm here just today. Everybody who's out here today to
that's great.
to see, and I'm just asking the people who are here at the protest if you want to say anything on my YouTube channel.
Sure, I'll do it.
Okay, what's your name?
Elizabeth.
Hi, Elizabeth.
Hey there.
And what brings you out here today?
Hey, I am the neighborhood watch captain for the Delray 1459 neighborhood watch. So we're 120 homes between Culver City and Delray, which is just up the Ballona Creek from this neighborhood. The population in this area we're trying to cut up, it moves between our neighborhood and down here in a fairly large pattern on Braddock, and we are interested in showing up for our neighbors down here to get to know each other and to support each other as this population continues to not be addressed and moves through the neighborhood. I appreciate all the work that good people are doing, but it's time to lean into this, and I hear some good things are happening, but we as neighborhood representatives need to be read into what's going on with the city, and we need to be stopped patronized and be part of the solution and meet our needs. We need enforcement, and we appreciate what's getting done, but we got to knock this out of the park because this is untenable. And the Mayor's Inside Safe program brought a hotel to our neighborhood and brought to us a population that was not from our neighborhood, that is incumbent and camped here, and we have neglected our own neighborhood homeless. So that's kind of what's going on for me. So let's just get it out. Let's get the numbers out. Let's march the creek. Let's demand it get cleaned up, and let's hold the county accountable too in the state, because they are the suckers. We're the suckers in CD 11 here because those guys are not doing their jobs and they don't show up.
Excellent. Thank you very much. So, as you heard, basically there's a lack of enforcement and a lack of accountability, and the neighbors are they're tired of it. So, hi, I'm Danny Slant.
Hey, Dan.
I just want to see if you want to be on my YouTube channel and talk about why you're out here today.
Sure.
Okay. Who are you, and is it okay if I put you on my YouTube channel?
Well,
if you're not comfortable, I understand that.
no, you can put me on. I'm not going to give me my name.
Yeah, that's fine. Concerned citizen is good by me, but
Concerned citizen.
I have your permission?
Yes, you do.
Thank you.
Lived here for over 50 years. This never used to be allowed. It's just crazy that laws are not enforced. This is like a wound that doesn't heal, it just keeps festering. I feel for the plight of the homeless, but a lot of these people are not nice. There's crime involved, and the laws need to be enforced.
Yeah.
Do we have laws on there? Why are they not enforced? And until they are, people who live in these types of situations should be tax exempt. We should not have to pay taxes for this.
Okay, that's very interesting, because again, they're taking your tax dollars and basically wasting billions of dollars for voluntary services. They come out to the unhoused homeless, they ask them if they want to go into a shelter, they refuse, but that process keeps repeating itself, including all the police, all the fire, all the additional resources needed to manage this problem, and it doesn't solve anything. So, again, I agree with that. Why are we paying our property taxes when nothing happens except the squandering of the money?
Exactly. No accountability on that one, that's for sure.
Yeah, no auditing. I mean, the Judge David O'Carter of the Federal 9th District just said last week, after 18 years of running the Last Shot program, there is no accountability. They have no background on where they've spent any of these billions of dollars. They don't know.
Right.
It's just gone. Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Do you want to be on? You want to be on YouTube?
Yeah, just for a little bit.
Okay. Do I have your permission to put you on my channel?
Yes, you do.
Okay. Do you want to tell us who you are?
Concerned citizen.
Concerned citizen. I am a very big concerned citizen. I'm Danny Slant. You see me riding around. I got my Garanimals high-vis outfit. So when you see me, don't be afraid to beep and say, "Hey, Danny Slant, I'm out here riding around."
Sounds great to me.
I ride the Ballona Creek path every day. I ride the oceanfront path every day. I'm from Penmar Park, and this issue is near and dear to my heart because we have problems in Penmar. They have problems in Westchester. They have problems in every neighborhood all across LA. Yet when you go to Culver City, Beverly Hills, Manhattan Beach, Redondo Beach, Irvine, Long Beach, they do not have these problems because they enforce the law on a daily basis. But anyhow, I digress. Let's hear what you have to say.
Well, our family's been here since '95, and our major concern is the fires. But the biggest one is the fact that we live on a cul-de-sac,
Okay.
and we only have one entrance in and one entrance out. If there's a fire and it goes onto the side of the freeway, we are stuck. The entire neighborhood is stuck, and we are screwed. And this has just been such a constant problem.
I think like I was talking
yes, the compassion is there. However, these people have been offered so many times help, rehabilitation. They've been offered places to stay, and they are just the same people who keep refusing and keep providing drugs and what have you to people who do not belong in the neighborhood. And we're concerned about not only our physical safety, we're concerned about robberies, which have happened in the past, and we're not happy about. And it's really such a shame that every time we leave the house, we're wondering if we're going to get broken into, and you know, what are we going to have to deal with when we get home?
Right. So we know this because I've experienced myself with the proximity of the homeless encampment brings in the crime.
Right.
And they do. These are not James Bond type of 007 robberies. They literally just come to your house constantly and keep knocking on your doors and windows, and when you're not home, they're not afraid to break in and steal stuff.
Absolutely.
Good to hear the people here driving by supporting with the beeping of the horns.
Love it.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's hope that we get some change. Let's put some pressure back on our elected officials to actually change it. There is no reason. The Supreme Court has ruled on this already 1 year ago that you can enforce no camping in public spaces as long as you offer services to the people.
Right.
There are services that are available. The county has a shelter that is currently only running at about 45% occupancy.
Right.
So it is a myth when they say there is no shelter available. There is plenty of room in the shelter. Do they want to move into the shelter? No, because it's not close to the beach. It's not close to where they want to live.
Right.
Well, I would like to live in Palos Verdes. I want to live in Beverly Hills, but I live in Venice because that's what I can afford.
Right.
Right. So
Absolutely.
you don't get to just plop a tent down and decide this is my home because no one is going to kick me out of here. But that's what they're doing.
Right.
And it's sad.
And then the thing is too is like as I said, I do have compassion. However, the thing is that you can have nothing, but yet you can still care about things like cleaning up after yourself, knowing that you're in somebody's area or property, and you know, making sure that it's clean, what have you. They're not. Well, I don't even know now, but they're not feral. I mean, they're human beings, but they need to take care of what's around them besides themselves.
Yeah, so. I think what we always say homeless, but what nobody is willing to say, at least on mainstream media, is mentally ill drug addict. They are mentally ill drug addicts, and they have dropped so far down, and yet they don't really hit a bottom because we do provide this sort of layer. They give free needles, they decriminalize the drugs, they allow them to publicly camp. So I really think, are we really doing these people a disservice by allowing them to continue this lifestyle? I think we are. They don't often talk about it, but in LA, in the city of Los Angeles, 6 to 10 people die of drug overdoses on the streets every day. And you don't ever hear about it because it's just considered one of those things. I think that's really sad that we have just sort of put these people to the side and then we ignore them, but we allow that to continue. That's not compassionate, in my opinion.
It's not compassion. Also, it's being desensitized.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, to human needs, and for that, it makes me feel bad. But you know, at this point, I really don't know what the answer is, other than, as you said, enforcing the laws and just. I'm still wondering where the money went.
Yeah, you know what I want is I wanted Gavin Newsom's Care Court, which was implemented. It was a medical team that went around with an advocate judge, and they saw people on the street, and when they deemed that they were so mentally incompetent due to the drug addiction, they immediately could place them inside of forced, it wasn't voluntary, it was forced mental institutionalization. And it was working, and LA Board of Supervisors said, unless you remove the the involuntary part out of it, we will not mandate the funds for the program. So again, you're back to...
So they just added to the problem again.
So you said, but it worked, and they did. They put two people in LA County into this program, and after 2 people, it was stopped. Yet other counties in California are doing this, and they're enforcing the no public camping, and it's helping the people. But LA Board of Supervisors does not want to end, in my opinion, the gravy train of the homeless industrial complex of the billions of dollars.
There's a lot of money involved. Yeah, I can see why they would want to keep it out. But
Thank you
oh my
very much
gosh.
for talking to me about why we're out here today, and
You're welcome.
I really appreciate it.
Well, I hope something comes of this because I'm so happy to see so many neighbors out and supporting this cause.
Yeah, we got a good crowd out here right now, and more people are coming. It just started here.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay, I'm Danny Slant. Who are you?
I'm Christina.
Hi, Christina. Do I have your permission to put you on my YouTube channel?
Yes, you do.
Okay, tell us why you're here today.
I'm here with my neighbors. We were manifesting to make our voice heard.
Okay.
Because the situation with the homeless encampment has become too much. There are fire hazards, there are unsanitary situations, and we are really tired of it. And it is about compassion because nobody should be living in the street.
I agree with that.
It's not right.
Do your neighbors? Hi. Do you want to be on? You want to talk?
Sure. My name is Connie.
Hi, Connie.
And this is my daughter.
Hi. You guys okay being on my YouTube channel?
Sure.
It's called Danny Slant. Danny Slant. Take the slant on Danny.
Okay.
Tell us why you're here today.
Well, we live in the neighborhood, and
Okay.
this is where we usually have a routine walk with my daughters.
Okay.
When they're little.
So you walk along the creek.
Yeah, we're walking, from this all the way to the other end of Mesmer, all
Okay.
around, and there is like underpath, and it's always it's always hazardous.
Right.
and
So basically,
it's like dangers.
so the park and the walking path and the bike path, which we should be enjoying,
Right.
you feel unsafe
Right.
because you have a homeless encampment on these paths.
Yeah, I have seen fires, and I have called my neighbors that live nearby, and also see a lot of. We have a community gardens, and we see needles and drugs and stuff like that also, which is not safe. Which is where our kids is growing up, and that's where they learn to bike their.
Right.
to
Right.
bike.
Yeah. It almost seems a little surreal that we're expected to tolerate this hypodermic needle drug encampment, and you're just supposed to say, well, yeah, I'll let my kid go out and play near this stuff. I mean, yeah. And yet we've spent billions of dollars allegedly addressing the problem, but there's been no solution. It's just been it's a policy set forth of LA City and LA County where they just come out and simply ask the people, do you want help? And they say, no. So then they say, okay, and then they just walk away.
Right.
And they just keep doing this, and they've been doing this for over a decade. Billions of dollars annually, billions. You could have given every one of them an RV. You could have bought every homeless person an RV. Anyhow, I really appreciate you guys coming on the channel and being out here today for today's protest. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, he's got a great sign here. Keep drugs off our streets and enforce the homeless. I am Danny Slant.
How you doing? I'm a concerned citizen here in
Hey, concerned
Culver
citizen.
City area.
Are you okay with me putting you on my YouTube channel?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I appreciate that. Tell me why you're out here today.
Over in the neighborhood by Sepulveda and Lucerne, over by the McDonald's. We have a lot of RV traffic, a lot of drug use in that area. There's a lot of safe houses, but those seem to be bringing a lot of extra drug use to the neighborhood. It seems like they go to these programs and either they get released from the programs and they do drugs in the area. There have been RVs that are selling drugs to the people at these safe houses. Also the bike path, there's been a lot of homelessness and drug use, especially right by the bike path and Sepulveda. And there's a high school right there, there's a preschool right there, and we are trying to get drugs off the street. We're trying to get rid of the RVs because they pose a problem. A lot of them don't have registration, and
I'm still dealing with the RV and tent camp problem in Penmar Park. We've got a park.
Oh, yes,
we got a
I know
park.
about that.
The windshields are broken. The cars aren't registered. They're missing plates. They don't move for months at a time, and then when they finally do move, then they just move over one block. I mean, I've witnessed them, the drug transactions. Nobody seems to care about it because it's just small quantity. So they say, well, there's not much we can do about that personalized quantity. But yet, it just allows that lifestyle. They just continue with it. So they sit around basically in these encampments all day long, taking drugs, and then going out and committing crime, package theft, shoplifting, stealing cars. We just had a car attempt in Penmar Park last week. So behavior is now amplified in every other neighborhood over here in Los Angeles, including your neighborhood in Delray.
Yeah, they stole my friend's golf clubs right out of Penmar Park, right there at the entrance, with his car keys in there, and it's been a problem. Yeah, I know Penmar very well, and there's a big problem over there. It used to be a nice neighborhood.
Yeah, all of Los Angeles used to be a nice neighborhood. So until this policy, this lack of enforcement, of daily enforcement here, we don't do daily enforcement. We do sporadic cleanups in selected areas occasionally, and it doesn't work.
They just move from one section to the next, and then back to the other one. Yeah,
remember you used to go to the arcade when you were a kid? You hit the whack-a-mole. Boink, boink, boink. Anyhow, I really appreciate you.
They really need to enforce the laws and either put these people in programs, or I don't know what the solution is.
Well, I've got solutions on my channel.
I'm down for deporting the illegals that are homeless.
Yeah, okay, I agree with that. We shouldn't be spending money on that. Anyhow, I really appreciate you talking to me today. I just want to let our viewers know that if you're enjoying the content of the Danny Slant channel, to press that subscribe button, hit the bell notifications, leave a comment, leave a like. It all helps with the YouTube algorithm and allows me to continue bringing you the exciting content of Danny Slant.
I got it, and I got a lot of stuff too.
Hi, I'm Danny Slant. What's your name?
Hi, Danny. My name's Jeff Boston.
Jeff, do I have your permission to put you on my YouTube channel?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool. Why are you out here today, Jeff?
Well, I live in Delray, and I've lived here for close to 25 years. And we just have seen just an influx, a huge increase in all the homeless activity in the area. Across the street at the 90 in Inglewood, where we're at today, with this you know, little bit of a protest that we're putting on. There's a huge pipeline, a gas pipeline, propane, and there's a lot of RVs, and there's a lot of homeless, unfortunately, encampments and fires. And we're really concerned that some massive explosion is just waiting to happen based on the proximity of where this pipeline is, and these fires. It's just out of control, and just tried to get a hold of all the different city departments and city officials, and we've had a little bit of success, but nothing major, and yeah, it's just real concerning.
What do you hope to accomplish?
Well, I think today's a nice outreach from the community to say, hey, we need some support from city officials, from the government.
So daily enforcement would be nice.
Some daily enforcement. So, you know, they come and they've removed some RVs from here. They've come and done some cleanups, but there's no consistency to it. And they just, it's whack-a-mole, and they just come and then they come back and they rebuild and recamp, and round we go.
Yep.
So
all it does is just creates a circular problem. So you're spending all this money to move them from one side of the street to the other, basically.
That's pretty much what
And they come right back. We need citywide enforcement, 24/7, 365. No tents, no RVs, no public camping, like every other city that surrounds LA has already done, like the Supreme Court has already ruled upon.
Couldn't agree with that. That was a perfect statement.
Thank you very much for being on my channel
I
today.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah, they've got great
Okay, I see another guy with a big camera. I wonder if he's from mainstream news media. How you doing?
Good, how you doing?
Where are you from? What news media?
Fox 11.
Fox 11, okay, great. So maybe mainstream news media will put this coverage tonight, which is what we need. Not rolling it. Okay. Yep. So I'm Danny Slant, and we're here across the street from the protest here. And is it okay if I use your voice? I know you don't want to be on camera, but you did want to express why you're opposed to this protest.
Sure.
Nice and loud though, because you're behind.
You're here at the counter protest.
Okay.
And what these guys are asking for is not law, but rulemaking. The streets of a city belong to the people of California, which does not actually mean U.S. citizens. It means Californians who are not U.S. citizens, who are state capital C citizens, like we used to have before the Civil War and Social Security and all that. But what these guys are asking for is enforcement of ordinances and municipal codes. And codes are not law. Jim Crow laws were not law, they were codes. And there's no compelling societal reason to push people out of their neighborhoods and, you know, force them to pay exorbitant rents because, you know, Tracy Park is the developer and landlord and realtor's representative. She's, you know, a honk for the Chamber of Commerce, whose job it is to drive rents up and push people out so that they can bring in richer people. So this is the end result of gentrification.
So you think this is part of a master plan that they want to encourage the homeowners to sell, and then bring in and continue to gentrify the neighborhood to bring in even an even higher upper class of financial people?
I think they're just driving the homeowners out slowly but surely to bring in richer people. But what they're doing is they're using, you know, anti-poor sentiment amongst the homeowner to cleanse the streets of you know, the even poorer. So
well, that's certainly an interesting viewpoint, and I have your permission to use you with your back turned so you're not identifying you, and it's okay if I use your audio, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. We have a counter protester. He has a sign out here, so basically he wants house keys, not sweeps. And if everyone can't afford the rent, they shouldn't have to take our tents. Okay. All right. Hi guys. These guys are keeping the peace here with the counter protest. Appreciate that. Not a very big crowd of counter protest. Of course, in my opinion, it's kind of obvious why there's not a big crowd. When you live through in your neighborhood with enough of this bologna sandwich that happens with these encampments. I live in Penmar Park. And that used to be the LA's biggest encampment, which was in the closest proximity. Yes, and they went all the way around the course. Yeah, so we had 182 tent campers living there permanently. They started building homes. One guy built a 3-story shanty and they were out of control. Daily fires, stealing the packages, drug use, prostitution. It was a nightmare. So yeah, we want it to end. So let's bring back some common sense. I appreciate you guys out here keeping the peace. Thanks a lot. You can check out my channel, Danny Slant.
Sure. Danny Slant.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell us what your name is.
Steven.
Hey, Steven, is it okay if I put you on my YouTube channel?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so tell us your thoughts while you're out here today. I know you mentioned something about Gavin Newsom.
Yeah, well, he's set aside that all the danger that our neighborhood is in with these fires and everything. But Newsom, he's a fraud. He picture opportunities, 10 feet of track, billions of dollars. He's just it's corruption, flat out. So other than that, we need these guys out of here because as citizens, we should have a safe community, and we don't.
Yeah, and what do you have? Just read the sign. You have camps, fires, drugs, and RVs dropping septic sewage. They had the power. They had to bring out a hazmat team to power wash this underneath here because of all the septic that was dumped here.
Exactly. I agree. This stuff's got to go.
All right. I appreciate you taking the time to come on my channel.
You bet.
Thanks a lot.
I'm Cecilia. This is my husband, George Reyes.
Hi. Nice to meet you. Is it okay if I put you on my YouTube channel?
Sure.
Yes.
Okay. So what brings you out today to the neighborhood Delray homeless protest?
We're supporting our community. We ourselves were victimized 3 times this past year alone. They broke into our vehicles, and we just live around the block here, and it's just somebody's got to put an end to it.
Yeah,
you know, it's just
your sign is very basic.
Yeah.
Crime is not down.
Yeah, crime is not down. Continues.
Yeah. And now they may not consider that a serious crime anymore, but to me, you know, as a homeowner, as a vehicle owner, I don't want my property being broke into. It's very expensive. Why should I have to pay for my insurance deductible because they want to smash the window to take maybe I left my briefcase or something in the car or a bag of groceries. I mean, they're going around the neighborhood constantly. You know, what people don't talk about is these are mentally ill, drug addicted people. And even though the drugs are super cheap, and they literally are only spending $5 to $10 a day, they still have to come up with the money to buy this. And they go throughout the neighborhoods and commit millions of these crimes. A lot of them are misdemeanors, but they do it daily. Can you imagine an army full of people going through your neighborhood on a daily basis? Package theft, shoplifting, breaking the cars, opening the doors.
Correct.
It's never ending. And basically, I know you feel like me.
Yes.
We want the city to actually enforce the law and make this stop.
Correct. Yeah. So hopefully something gets done. And, you know, it'll be nice for our neighborhood.
Well, you know what I always tell people, the biggest thing is we need to start electing people who take a little bit more of a serious approach to the problem. This throw money, billions of dollars, and just asking people if you would like some help, and then just letting them stay there doesn't solve anything. It's just, matter of fact, I would even argue the problem is worse. We had the huge encampment in Penmar, and now it's spread out all throughout Council District 11 and all throughout the rest of the city. So at one point, you know, Venice used to always cry. We used to whine a lot. Wah, we're the containment zone, because it was. They always had issues with homeless. But now it's throughout. So it has grown exponentially. The problem is getting worse, not better. It's everywhere.
Absolutely.
All right, so I'm glad you're out here to support the neighborhood, and let's push back on our politicians to do something here.
Yeah, we gotta keep the fight.
Enough is enough. And then I'll just say one more thing. I wasn't aware of this until it was pointed out to me. I didn't realize there's a petroleum line, a high pressure gas and petroleum that runs all along the creek here. These guys are starting fires. If that ignites that pipeline, you're going to have a catastrophic event that's going to decimate this area.
Correct.
Los Angeles has had enough this year. We need to heal. We don't need any more events.
No more catastrophes.
Yeah, please, enough is enough. Enough is enough. Let's get down to common sense. Thank you so much for talking to me.
Thank you.
No more fires!
So tell us who you are and why you are here.
I'm a Delray resident. My name is Mandana, and I'm here today protesting with people from the rest of the community.
Okay, do you give me permission that I can put you on my YouTube channel?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So keep telling me.
I think, you know, for now more than 2 years, we've been begging for help and support, and there just doesn't seem to be enough enforcement. Not enough. We're actually asking for them to enforce the laws that the city, the state, the county has created themselves, but failed to enforce it. So it's a massive issue in terms of our safety, our livelihood. We're prisoners in our own homes. We live in a cul-de-sac that is blocked by the freeway on one side and the Creek Ballona on the other side. So when there is activities, when there's fire, when there's drugs and all of that, we have no way out. It's horrible. It really has changed our lifestyle. We can't walk anymore. We can't let our kids ride their bikes anymore. And this situation keeps getting worse and worse. We're promised a whole bunch of stuff, but nothing's ever happened. Nobody's ever enforced it. It's a game of whack-a-mole, and they come, they clean up once a week at times, at best case scenario, You know what that does for them? That's maid service for them.
Yeah.
They come and they love that they get a brand new cleaned up sidewalk so they can defecate on it.
Right. I mean, basically, we should turn down their bed and put a mint on their pillow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I completely agree. We're a little bit a step ahead of you in Penmar Park. We've got special 41.18 zone, so it says no camping at any time within 500 feet of the park, but they don't enforce it very often. So basically, the campers all come there. The day that the park rangers and or LAPD come, they vacate, they walk away for an hour or two, the police leave and they come right back and we're back. We're just rinsing and repeating. What I always tell everyone is, can't we put a little bit more pressure? Will Tracy Park make a statement to say, hey, I would like to say, yes, we would like the daily enforcement. Why does she have to just come and sort of do this, drips and drabs of occasional weekly or bi-weekly type of enforcement?
I think the tragedy is the bureaucracies of the local government that we're paying the price for it, I can't tell Tracy Park what her job is and isn't, but I get to vote for her. I can't tell Mayor Bass what she can and she cannot do, but you know what? There comes a time where she's going to need votes again. And so I think if they truly care about their constituents and want to continue having higher approval rates and, gaining the trust and the votes back, they have to show us results. Talking the talk and walking the walk, and so...
we used to say that on the street. We used to say, money talks and BS walks.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? It's more than halfway of their term is done. It's past 2 years. So they are now, coming closer to the completion of their term. So they're going to be looking for re-election. I think we need to really be aware.
And honestly, as a mother, I'd also say good luck to them if they want to have a successful and safe Olympics the way that this city is looking right now.
Yeah, because it would be an absolute embarrassment and a disaster to the world.
I mean, we're a mile and a half from the beach. Do you really think that tourists, that people are coming to LA not seeing this and being turned off? I mean, they see these videos and will never come. You should see campaigns all around the world discouraging people from attending the Olympics because of the situation in LA, because you can't safely walk this street without being harassed by drug addicts. And this guy just 2 seconds ago had a machete walking across the street. And so this is really
I didn't put him on camera because generally speaking, I'm pretty tough, but he had that giant thing over his shoulder and I thought, I'm a little tired. I've been out here for a few hours. I don't feel like getting in a chingazo with some guy, some lunatic out here.
Yeah. And so I think that's it. And I want to make one more point about, people that continue saying, oh, you don't have empathy, you don't have empathy. Personally, I'm speaking for myself, I have a lot of empathy. If you've fallen on hard times, if you need help, I've helped people, come on, get help, organizations, people, shelters. This isn't a matter of people that are on the streets out of bad luck or unaffordability. These are people that legitimately need help. They need institutionalized help, they need mental help, they need drug rehabilitation help. It's not something that I personally can solve, but I think this city has paid and is paying enough in taxes for us to deserve the solutions that we've been promised.
I couldn't agree with you more. Great. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts.
I appreciate it.
Looks like Cecil, who was here when I first started the video, looks like somebody either came and got him or he went down back into the creek, which is pretty low right now, and he swam back out to the ocean, which is good. So, protest is wrapping up here. It's been a couple hours, so we're gonna head back home to Penmar Park. We're at 8.5 miles. I got about 4.5 more miles here on my journey. Get back to Penmar.
We got one camera now. Wanna show with our one-man band? We're good to go. I got some money, so I paid the rent. The rest I spent on camera equipment with the slant. The slant, the slant, slant. It's the slant, the slant, the slant, slant.
Okay, let's see where we're at for mileage today. 13.36 miles. Not bad. Not a bad little day for a bike ride. So, it's Danny Slant here saying from Venice Beach, Penmar Park, I'm out of shape. I gotta start riding the bike a little bit further. Saying ciao ciao for now.
Danny Slant is a Slavic American. He loves long distance bicycle touring, holidays, bike trekking and travel.